at round 14 out of 15 for the ISRL Tier 1 Championship. We are here at the Bahrain Grand Prix, just waiting for the drivers to come out and start the short qualifying session now. We've got a full grid here, 20 drivers out on the track, so we will see how the drivers will perform today on the Bahrain Grand Prix. I say it all the time, but today is no exception. I'm excited for the race here. Let me just get everything set up as I'm hearing the first few drivers revving the engines, ready to go here at Bahrain to start out their qualifying session. Let's see. Looks like, is that a Red Bull? Looks like that might be here, let's take a look. Yeah, looks like it's Jordan. We'll ride on board with him as I get everything set up here. Fitted tires. Slap, that's good. Yeah, let's put that on for quali. Let's put that on. Where is... This is what I'm looking for, the full map. There we go. We'll ride on board with Jordan as he's the first one going out on the out lap here. He's on the hard tires. Interesting choice. I mean, Bahrain, I guess, yeah, I can actually see it now, now that I'm thinking about it. Tier 3 raced this track last weekend. I myself was in that race. I remember being on the soft tires. I thought they could go 10 laps, but actually, I lost it near the start, the end of Sector 2, start of Sector 3 section there. But here we go. This is the tough hairpin here that Jordan's coming up to. I do have to say, if you miss your braking point, you can go way wide and you lose out on a lot of time. This one here, too. Oops, I jumped to Mr. Cool there, but that one there that Jordan JT just left, that's a tough one, too. You can go right into the wall if you miss that braking point. It's a tough downhill turn there, braking zone there, and it's a tough one. But here we go, just waiting on the out lap here. For him to start the flying lap. I'm excited to see what kind of times they can put up. I'm excited for the race. I don't know about everyone watching at home, but I'm really excited for the race here and to see what the Tier 1 drivers can do. Because Tier 3 had a very exciting race last week. Unfortunately, Tier 3's race had to be postponed due to connection issues on the PlayStation Network, but it looks like they got that sorted out because we are here and live and ready to go. Jordan starting the flying lap, going through the first turn. Pretty good line. Takes a nice exit there. Oh, and that's Carter. That's out of the session very early on. That's unfortunate for him. He's gonna have to start at the back of the grid. I'm not too sure what happened to Carter. I'm seeing the yellow flag section right at the start-finish straight. So maybe he just couldn't do qualifying, or maybe hit the wall. I'm not too sure what happened there, but there goes Carter out of the short qualifying session very early on. Red Bull, was that ISRL Knight slowing down, letting the have been? But here we go. Jordan's on the back straight now. He's up to getting close to the end of Sector 2. It looks like he's taking this section pretty nicely on the hard tires. Is only on the 4 ERS, so maybe he's going to go for another lap afterwards. But we'll see. He's actually getting caught up by the racing point. That might be... Here, let's see. Is that Jediant there? Yeah, it does look like it is. Jediant is catching up. Jediant on the soft tires, and he's really pushing his flying lap. He's going to get the toe here coming down the start-finish straight, which is going to help him, especially early on, if he had a good lap. But we'll see. Crosses the line, and Jediant actually jumps into pole now, but they're the only two to set laps. More drivers are setting laps, but 1:28.1 seems to be the time to beat early on. Scarlo goes second fastest now on the medium tires. He sets a 1:28.3. So I'm curious to see what Scarlogan's pace can be on those soft tires. We got yellow flags a little bit around the track. I'm not worried too much about them in qualifying. In the race, I'd be jumping to them, but quali, it's mostly just drivers letting others through. But there we go. Here we go. Jedi, Scarlo, Sweet Crown are the top three. If those of you who haven't heard, Sweet Crown 19 actually has won the Drivers' Championship, so it is mathematically impossible for anyone else to catch him at this point in time. So congratulations to Sweet Crown 19 on winning the Drivers' Championship. And I'm pretty sure that the Alfa Romeo team has actually won the constructors as well. So if not, I apologize if I'm giving them misinformation. But congratulations to early congratulations to the Alfa Romeo team, Sucrown 19 and Pubed, for taking home, or potentially taking home, the constructors, as we're watching them there driving together, letting the Ferrari through. So that Josh, no, it wasn't Josh, it was Mr. Cool. As he's coming around looking to set a lap. He's already on 1 lap old hard tires, so maybe invalidated his first lap. But we'll see what kind of time he can set, as the 128.1 is still the time to beat for Giant. So it looks like the tow definitely helped him out in the early on in qualifying. But here we go, Mr. Cool crosses the line. Good enough for 4th. That's nearly a 129 flat. But there we go, he's up into 4th now, with about 12 minutes to go in qualifying, as more drivers are setting times. Most of them rolling on the hard tires, it looks like. So it seems like does seem like the softer tire is not the ideal strategy for most of these drivers. But here we go, Pretzels, he's coming around the line. We'll see what kind of time he can set. He is on those soft tires, so let's see. Crosses the line, a 131.6. So definitely not the fastest lap for Pretzels. Who knows? Maybe that was a warm-up lap for him. Maybe he messed up somewhere. I'm not too sure. But he's sitting in 15th. But there's still loads of time here left in qualifying. So anything can happen now. But it looks like he's parked up there. Let's see. Oh yeah. I guess he lost it there. I'm not too sure what happened. We didn't get the best camera angle, unfortunately. But there we go. He's back on track, running, ready to go. Here we go. Let's jump with the Catastrophic. He hasn't set a time yet. He's on the soft tires. Looks like he's on a flyer right now. So let's see. He's in that Renault car this week. It looks like he might get some tow from that Red Bull driving up in front of him. Looks like that's ISRL Knight. So that might help his flying lap. Knight looks like he's on a flying lap too, but he's on the hard tires. Currently sitting in 12th, the Knight is, but let's see. Catastrophic preliminary. He's on last for now, but he hasn't set a time yet. We'll see. He's coming around the last few corners. Rides a bit of the curb there, but looks like he recovers pretty well. Coming down the hill now. Not too sure if he's getting the tow from that far back, but here we'll see if he can make some time in the start-finish straight, really get that tow and set a good lap time. But actually, he dives into the pits. So, Catastrophic diving into the pits. I guess he didn't like that lap time. But yeah, there we go. Only Catastrophic and Jamie 1 have not set times yet. Jedidiah in the pits, he's still on pole. That 128.1 on those soft tires is still the time to beat with 10 minutes to go in qualifying. And here we go, Jedidiah. He's going back out to see if he can improve his time. Here we go. I'll put the fitted on for now. But yeah, a few drivers going out. Sucrown 19 looks like he's on the he's going around on the hard tires. I'm not too sure if he's looks like he might pit in this lap. He's already on 3 laps now on those hard tires, coming near the end of his lap, but we're right on board with him for now. See what he can do. Looks like him and Izzat Kush making a similar qualifying strategy on those hard tires for a while. But here we go, Sucrown 19, yeah, it looks like he is coming into the pits, is going to get those hard tires off, probably jump on to a pair of soft tires, or even medium tires, see if he can better his time. Let's see, lots of drivers into the pits now. But who can we ride on board with? Here, let's see, Knight, he's on the hard tires, coming around the last turn. He's not going into the pit, so what kind of time will he set on those hard tires? Crosses the line. He's sitting in 13th, so I guess he does not beat his time. So we'll see. Probably going to come in on this lap now and put on a softer set of tires and go for a true lap. Probably just feeling the pace of those hard tires. I mean, you know, we've seen the safety car a lot in the last few races, so, you know, who's to say we won't see one here? But here, let's jump with somebody else. Here we go. There we go, Jediant. He was going out. He's on a flying lap right now. He's just starting his flying lap, so he got there on the perfect time. He's on the soft tires again. So let's see, can he better his time? The track does change as qualifying progresses, as as the rubber hits the track and the speed picks up. But here we go. He sets up purple first sector, so that's a good sign for him. Coming around this very tough turn here, easy to go wide, but it looks like he takes it very well. Nope, not even a wiggle there. Very good. This is another tough one. Don't want to lose it and go wide there, but he takes it very well again. Going down the back straight. Probably pedal to the metal there as he's going down the back straight, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty good lap from what we can see so far. He's past the halfway point now, coming near the end of Sector 2. So let's see. He actually goes purple in Sector 2, so far we've got a purple for Jediant as he's going to come around near the last turn now. Down the hill he goes. On the last turn, takes it very well. Very nice lines by Jediant around this track. And he crosses the line, a 1:27.5, and that is the new time to beat, 1:27.5. He's still sitting on provisional pole, but he betters his time now and greatens the gap between himself and his competitors. So it looks like he's very much feeling that Racing Point car here at Bahrain, Jediant is. But now it looks like we've got more drivers setting times now. Josh too looks like he was maybe having a little bit of trouble going around that those S's there. But here we go, Mr. Cool. He's coming. Looks like he's gonna finish a lap now. He's on the soft tires too. His best is a 1:29.0. We'll see if he can beat that here. No, looks like he's gonna dive into the pits, so not gonna set the lap time there. So we'll see what his strategy comes out. We've only got 6 minutes to go in qualifying. Feels like it's just flown by here. But here we go. We'll jump with Gerdman. We haven't ridden with him yet. He's been doing pretty well the last few races. He's just starting his flying lap. He's on the medium tires, so it looks like he's going to try to shoot for that harder tire strategy. It might be the better strategy to go, because Bahrain didn't really have that great of tire wear, at least in my opinion. Like I said, in my Tier 3 race last week, I really tried to get the soft tires all the way out until the end of the race, the last 10 laps, but I just lost it right at the end there. So maybe the soft tire is not the best choice to start on, but we'll see. Some of these drivers are really good with tire wear. So I trust they've got a good strategy planned out here. And there we go. Gerdman goes a little bit wide there, like I was mentioning a little earlier here in the stream. That is a very easy spot to go wide. And there we go. We saw it firsthand from Gerdman there. But here we go, coming nearly down to the last 5 minutes of qualifying. Jediant still sitting on pole. He took pole and never looked back here so far. That is the story of qualifying. At least for now. But like I said, we still have 5 minutes to go. Anything can happen. Ying's Lights, he goes second fastest in that Williams car. He sets a 1:28.2 on the medium tires. This is actually his debut Tier 1 race for Young Lights here. We watched him yesterday in the Tier 2 race. He did very well, and here we go. Looks like he's going to perform well here in the Tier 1 race, currently in a provisional second place here late in qualifying, splitting those Racing Point drivers. But we'll see if Scarlo can have anything to say about that as he's starting his flying lap on the soft tires. So we'll have to check in with him a little later on here and see how he goes. We'll jump with Sweet Crown 19. He's the championship winner here. He's on the medium tires. He sets up purple sector 2 as he's coming around the last few turns here. Passes that Haas car pretty easily, letting him by. Down the hill he goes towards the last turn. Very easy to mess up if you're not feeling the groove. Looks like he takes it very well into that DRS zone. Looks like it's going to be a very good lap for Sweet Crown 19. Crosses the line. Good enough for second, but not good enough for pole. But he's on the medium tires, so might have a better strategy than Jediant once the race starts. But here we go. Jediant, Sweet Crown, Young Lights are the top three. but we'll jump back to Scarlo as he's coming around near the end of Sector 2. We've got a yellow flag near the start-finish straight. Must be cars letting one another through. I'm not too sure what's going on there, but there we go. It's been sorted out. But we are riding with Scarlo. We'll give you the onboard as he's coming through his lap. Looks like he's coming up to a bit of traffic at Gernman. Gernman does a good job of letting him through. But here we go, going around the last turn there. Coming up to the DRS zone. There we go. Pops it right at the good time. Crosses the line. And Scarlo, he's in 4th. So I guess he does not better his time on those soft tires. But that's unfortunate for him. But here we go. He's on the overtake mode now. So maybe this is where his true pace comes. Giant, he's out of qualifying. He took his pole. I guess he trusts his abilities to keep that pole position here this late in qualifying. But there we go. He retires just there. But yeah, so that could make an advantage for other drivers now. A few of them are going out on their out lap. Scarlo, he actually sets a purple Sector 1, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty fast lap for him as he's coming around near the midway point of Sector 2 here, coming near that very dangerous zone here. If you get a little bit too eager, it's easy to go way wide, as we saw earlier. But it does a good job there. Going to pass that Renault car very easily, letting him through as he comes around this swooping left-hander. I think this part is a really fun. It's a really fun part to take. You can take it flat out if you've got the right setup up until here. Pretty late braking zone, but there we go. Back to pedal to the metal as you go down the straight down the hill, coming up to the last turn. And we'll see what Scarlo's pace will be now that he's on the overtake mode. Can he do better than 5th? Sweetcar 19, he actually... oh no, actually Giant is still in pole, but I didn't notice him because he was blurred out. Scarlo crosses the line, 128.3, but he's still in 5th. Catastrophic up in 4th. Young Lights in 3rd. Sweet Crown in 2nd, and Giant is sitting in 1st right about now, with about a minute and a quarter to go in qualifying. Coming down to the last minute. Here we go. Elbiku, we haven't ridden with him just yet. It looks like he's on a lap on the soft tires, currently in 11th. We'll see if he can do better and set a better lap time. But here we go. Takes that turn very nicely, coming up to a bit of traffic, but it looks like that Alfa Romeo is going to be nice. Let him through. Good job there. But here we go. Coming around that swooping left-hander there. You can take this next part here, this right-hander flat out, if you have the right setup. There we go. As you can see, looks like it's a pretty nice lap for Elbiku so far here on the soft tires. We've got a little under 30 seconds to go here in qualifying as Elbiku comes around the last corner. As you can see there, takes a pretty nice line, as you can see, comes to the DRS zone. Let's see what kind of time. That's good enough for 3rd, so a very nice lap by him. Sukar 19, he's on an out lap, so he's going to try to snag that pole on the soft tires. Look at this, the top 6 on the softs, everybody else on those medium tires. Currently with the fitted tires as we're down to the last spots here. Catastrophic jumping into the pits. Young Lights, he's going out on a lap now, it looks like. We'll see what he can do. Giant's time is still the time to beat, the 127.5. Mr. Cool, he jumps into 2nd as he crosses the line and finishes his qualifying session. And he's on the medium tires too, so very optimal strategy for him. He sets a 127.6, and it's a Kush up in 3rd. He sets a 127.7 on those medium tires too. Sukar 19, he's done, it looks like, so he mistimed it a little bit. That's very unfortunate for him. But he's going to start in 4th. We go Elbiku, he's going around another lap. Goes a little wide, invalidates it there right as we get it on stream, so not too much is going to happen there. But now it looks like Jamie won. No, he invalidated his lap, so he's going to start from way back there. As he goes into the pits, he knows that's the end for him. We'll jump with Jer. He crosses the line. He jumps up to 7th as a 128.1. But here we go. Looks like this is pretty much the end of qualifying now, as all the drivers are jumping into the pits. Well, what's going on with Damsey there? He crosses the line, and there we go. That's the end of our qualifying session. As we can see, Damsey gets into 16th, so he's going to have to climb up a little bit come race time, but I trust that he's got what it takes to get it done in that Renault car. But here we go, Jediant on the soft tires. He will be starting on pole position. Mr. Cool in second, It's a Cushion third, Sweet Crown 19 in fourth, Josh 2. He rounds up the top 5. Only Jediant is on the soft tires from these top 5 runners. Everybody else on the medium tires. Then you've got Ilbiku. He's on the soft tires, but he's in 6th. So we'll probably see him and Jediant do a similar strategy there. Jaren 7th, Young Lights in 8th. They're both gonna be on the medium tires. Catastrophic in 9th on the soft tires, and Scarlo rounds out the top 10 on those on the mandatory tires, the medium tires there. So I'm excited for the race as we're getting ready to load in. But here we go. So take a bit of a drink there. Sorry about that, everyone, but we're going to be loading into the race right about now. We're probably going to take a few minutes. The drivers take a bit of a break before the start of the session, as you might be able to see for drivers, to focus up, get into the race mindset, figure out strategy, visualization, grab a drink of water, anything you might have to do, but we're just going to take a little bit of that time there. And I'd like to remind you, if you like what you saw in that qualifying session, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell, so that we don't miss any stream or upload that we do here at ISRL, because that was exciting, and the race is going to be even more exciting once we started here after this little break. But here we go, a full grid for this Tier 1 race. They are the best drivers that we have to offer here at ISRL, at least for now. We'll see once Season 2 starts if how that goes, but here we go. We're just waiting to start here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. And I guess we should start any moment. There we go, Astunik, he hits the accept button, and we will start here in about 20 seconds, jump into the formation lap. I don't know about everyone at home, but I'm excited. I've said it a lot. I will say it again. I am very excited for this race. And I hope that everyone watching at home is excited too, because it's going to be a good one here at the Bahrain Grand Prix, and I'm excited to get it started. But first we got to do the formation lap once we load in and get ready for that. And then after the formation lap, we will jump to the 5 red lights and get the race started. But here we go. We'll be riding with the pole position setter, at least for the moment, as they're coming around the first turn, the second turn now, coming down to the straight. Sorry about that, everyone. Just had a quick cough there. Don't worry, it's not what you think it is, or what you're probably thinking it is. Don't worry about that. I am doing okay. But here we are back on track. I might just have to go and grab a few sips of water here. The solo comms are a little tough, but I'm trying to keep it entertaining for everyone. But here we go. Coming around the formation lap, we are on board with Jedian, since he was the pole setter here on the formation lap. Looks like him and Mr. Cool have created a bit of a gap to everybody else. Here we go. Oh no, it's closed up at least a little bit. But I wonder what's... oh no, he must have not started Isakush, so he might be at a disadvantage starting in 3rd but not running the formation lap. But that's... it's a little unfortunate for him, but we'll see if that hinders him come race start. But here we go. Jedi, Mr. Cool, creating a bit of a gap there as they're coming around this fast section. Suikar 19, maybe he's got a bit of a strategy, might want to slow down the stop 2 come the race start. Jedi really creating a gap now, and so is Mr. Cool, but they're slowing down. We'll see. A big roadblock there from El Bico, from what I could see. Here we go, big stopping point there. A little bit of traffic created as we go down the path here with the drivers. The full grid 1 to 20 as we are lining up back on the grid and getting ready for this start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. It is round 14 out of 15. Giant on pole, Mr. Cruel in second. They are the front row in that Racing Point and that Ferrari car there, as the last few drivers will approach the grid. Will we see Carnage turn 1? Will everyone get clean? Will Street Crown 19 take another victory? Or will we see an upset and have one of the bottom runners take the win here at the Bahrain Grand Prix? We will find out as soon as the 5 lights go out. But here we go, up to 5 lights now. The 4 and the 5 went quickly and they're off. We're on board with Giant for the moment as they're racing down this start-finish straight, going down to turn 1. Lots of movement there. But here we go. Giant still in first. I'll go down the path. Here we go. Looks like there's a bit of contact, oh yeah, there's front wing bits that are lost there, but it looks like for the most part everybody got through fairly cleanly, and Mr. Cruel, he's up into the lead as this pack of drivers is coming up to this next turn here. We saw some contact there with Elbiku. Unfortunately, it looks like there's no wing damage, at least for the moment. Everybody getting clean and starting to go a little single file from the most. Oh no, what happened there? Is that's Scarlo, it looked like. As he falls all the way down to the end there. It's very unfortunate for him. But what happened there? That's Damsey. It looks like he's into the wall. And that's, there we go. That's Damsey down in last place. That's very unfortunate. It looks like we've got some movement with Catastrophic and Knight. Jer and Josh battling it out for third. Here we go. And it looks like Suicro 19 wants to play in that too. What happened there? Josh 2, he spun. Josh 2 is spun and he goes down the order. It's very unfortunate. Pubed is going down the order at least a little bit there as he's battling on the first lap. But it looks like Mr. Cool and Jedi have created at least a little bit of a gap for themselves from the rest of the grid. Mr. Cool in the lead, but Jedi hot on his tail. Jer is a little bit further back behind him, but he's got Sweet Crown 19 to deal with on the back of him. Here we go. I want to put the, let's take a look here. A little bit too early for that. Let's put the tires. There we go. So Mr. Cool, he's on a very nice strategy on those medium tires and able to take the lead there. So we're seeing some movement. Let's go down the grid. Looks like we've got Gurman fighting with Pretzels, but move is done. Jamie 1 and Pube dueling it out. Jamie 1's been a little bit disappointing as of late in the last few races. Feels like he's lost his mojo a little bit, but we'll see if he can get it back here for this race, as he's starting to be pressured now by Jordan a little bit. Mr. Cool, he's out. Mr. Cool retired from the session. We're riding with Pretzel. Oh, what happened to Mr. Cool? Where'd he go? Oh, he's over there in the... That's where he went. Okay, very unfortunate for Mr. Cool is very early on. We've got a virtual safety car. We can breathe a sigh of relief, but there we go. Jedi, he just got gifted a first position there as Mr. Cool got a little bit too focused, and he lost it, and he's out of the race just like that on lap 2. Heartbreak for Mr. Cool. He was running so well so early on and was poised for a pretty good finish there. So we're going back to racing speed. But just like that, that's all it is. As Knight gets a speeding under the... we go. We've got some nice battling here at the back, the middle pack here. As lots of drivers. Here we go. Pretzels passes Elbiku, and here we go. Pube sees the opening and goes for it too. Elbiku falls down 2 positions. It might be 3 as Jamie 1. He's pushing up on those hard tires. No DRS open from the moment, but it doesn't matter for Jamie 1. It looks like as he's going about to go side by side down the inside of this turn. Looks like there's a bit of contact there from what we saw between Pube as he falls down to 12th. But here we go. Looks like who was that went wide? Pretzels, he's going down. He spins around doing donuts here at the first turn. A little early for that, Pretzels, but here we go. Down to 17. He's going to have to climb back up. It's still very early here in the race, as it looks like his Haas teammate, Jamie 1, he's struggling out there too. So it looks like the Haas cars, they're having a bit of a mechanical issue here at Bahrain. Maybe the heat is causing a bit of problem for the car, engine overheat. but a tough showing for the Haas team so far, as it looks like, oh my goodness, there's contact there. Jamie 1, he looks like he saves it. Carter goes a little bit wide too. Carnage down that turn there. That's very tough turn, even more so when you've got traffic like that. But that's a bit of crazy action. Here we go. Carter, he falls down to 16th. He's going to look to race his way back up the order. But now let's jump to Elbiku. It looks like he's in the thick of it on those soft tires. Pretty close to Sophie on there, but Scarlo is chasing him right down. We'll see, is the DRS activated? Sucre 19, he sets the fastest lap. He's up in the second. He passed Jer. We'll actually jump with Itzakush, who's got a nice battle here for these top positions. So here we go. We'll watch this for a little bit there. As Sucre 19, Jer, and Itzakush, they are chasing each other for that second position. Sucre 19, he wants to get a move on and catch Giant, but Jer and Itzakush are not letting him. They're not letting him get away. We've got lots of movement, lots of battles going on the grid so far. But here we go, just as we foresaw, exciting races. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe this pack of 3 cars, Young Lights looks like he's trying to catch up there too. But this pack of 3-4 cars, if they catch up to Giant, and it's a nice 4 or 5-way battle for the lead early on in this race, I'm going to be excited, and I hope that everyone at home is going to be excited too. But here we are on lap 4. Not much movement, at least for the moment, as we're watching this early battle here. I might jump to some another battle if I see one on track. We'll actually look at. Here we go. I thought I saw one, but never mind. Oh yeah, there we go. Carter and Jamie 1. They've been battling out for a while there. But Carter makes a move and passes Jamie 1. Carter up into 13th. He fell all the way down to 16th, I believe. But he's doing a very good job racing his way back up early on here in the race. We're only on lap 5, loads of time. There we go. Knight is the first to jump into the pits with Catastrophic. The pit window is starting, so we'll see what they decide to jump on. These races are getting pretty close. They're going to have DRS on Sucre 19. We know Sucre 19 is very fast, so who knows? They're just going to be pulling away, it looks like. And it looks like these cars are actually pulling away a little bit from Young Lights, as Young Lights is now up to a 2.3 second gap in 5th. So he's gonna have to get a move on if he wants to catch these other drivers. But here we go, Jedi. He's still in the lead, but his lead is slowly being his gap is slowly being shortened by Sucre 19 and then Jer and Itzakush. So you might see a nice little 4-car battle coming up a little bit later here in the race once everyone gets all nice and close, and I'm excited for it. But who knows, maybe Jediant, he might pit right as the battle shows up. Could run a bit of an optimal strategy for him, being on those soft tires. He's actually the only runner on those soft tires for the moment. That could have been a stream bug there, but I actually saw Sucre 19. It went a little bit wobbly around that turn, but here we go. We're coming around the last turn, going down the start finish straight into the DRS zone. We'll see if there's any moves that can be done. Jer is trying to break the toe a little bit, but here we go. The pop in DRS. Sucre 19, he sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on those medium tires, and here we go. They're actually right behind Jediant. So caught up a load there, and we might see Sucre 19 take over the lead here down this straight. He's got the DRS. Jediant, he's battling it out on those soft tires. They're only 5 laps old, so we can still go pretty well. But yeah, so there we go. Jediant, he's still in the lead, but Sucre 19 right behind him, and Jer and Itzakush wants to, they want to do something about that. Jer actually is just a purple first sector, so he's going very fast around the track now, feeling those medium tires. So he's going to try to put a bit of pressure on Sucre 19, as Sucre 19 tries to put a bit of pressure on Jediant. And you can't count out Itzakush either. A quick little nap from the drivers in front means that he can make a move. Sucre 19, speaking of moves, he thought about it, but thinks a little bit better, so Giant, he wins the battle there, but it looks like we've got the next battle coming up pretty shortly, pretty soon for Giant and Sweet Crown and the rest of our gang here. But here we go. Looks like Jedi, he creates a bit of a gap going down the hill as you can, but this isn't really much of an overtake spot unless you can do it very early on. But this start-finish straight is a very long straight. They will have the help of DRS. We'll jump on board with Sweet Crown, or even, well, actually, no. Let's take a look. Sweet Crown getting very close. He's going to go around the outside, it looks like. He can make it stick pretty easily. So there we go. That's Sweet Crown 19 up into the lead of the race, as we do have a yellow flag in the third sector. Maybe just somebody slowing down, but here we go. Sweet Crown 19, he's up into the lead. He's on the medium tires. So we will see as Jedi, he's now being pressured by Jer and Izzat Kush. They don't want to be slowed down by Jedi on those soft tires that are starting to lose the grip a little bit. They're starting to lose their pace they had early on. So as a lot of the drivers suspected, those soft tires, they do not have good tire life here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Because we are only on lap 7, and we're already starting to see the pace being lost for Jedi. Sukan 19, he's starting to create a bit of a gap. We're still under a second, though. We're into this DRS zone, but they all have DRS, so they're all towing each other from Sukan 19, so we don't really see much movement going on there, at least for the moment. I want to jump to Pube quickly, as it looks like he's making a move on Gernman. They're going side by side around this turn. Who's going to take the position as they're still side by side. It looks like Gernman will hold it. Pube does go a little bit wide there, so he's going to have, but he goes right back. Here we go. We'll see if he can make the move just on the toe alone. They're wiggling and wobbling, and they're snaking around the circuit coming up to the last turn. Jedi jumps into the pits there, so he's finally getting off those soft tires. But I want to see Pube here. Will he be able to make the move with the DRS? And it's that Kush. He makes a move on Jer. We got a very awful camera view there, but there we go. Is that Kush up into second, passes Jer, who's now behind him, down into third. For an update on that battle, lots happened there in that short little span for the position changes. But actually, look at that. Jedi, he jumps back on the soft tires, so he's going for another set of soft tires there. So I'm not too sure what his strategy is. Maybe soft, mediums, push as hard as you can, and then conservative tires near the end. We'll see if that strategy works out for him, and I hope to see him near the top come the end of this race. But there we go. Jer, he's getting very close to Izzat Kush. He's not going to give away that second position without a fight. But here we go. Not much movement, as we normally don't really see down that straight for the most part, unless you get a really nice exit. But actually, speaking of, it looks like we're going to be a nice little battle here between these three cars. Carter, Jamie 1, and Jordan, they're having a nice battle a little bit down the field there. So we'll see how that battle goes. We'll have to pay attention to that a little bit as the race moves on. But I still want to see with Jer and Izzat Kush as they're coming down the start-finish straight. Jer does have the DRS, so, but it looks like Izzat Kush is very, he's created a bit of a gap now. So it looks like that's a little bit too far for Jer to be able to make a move down that start-finish straight. But he's got the second DRS zone to do something about it. So we'll see. But it looks like Izzat Kush gets a very nice exit, so he is able to create that gap. But actually, here we go. Elsewhere down the on the track, I'm gonna jump to Jamie 1. He got very close to Carter there. I thought a move was gonna be made on the circuit. Pretzels actually makes a move on a Stunik going into the first turn. Stunik didn't want to give out without a fight, but he loses out on that position. He goes down into 12th, and now is being pressured by Giant on those soft tires. So he's gonna have the pace now, but will he have enough pace to really climb back up back into, well, basically first from where he was beforehand? We will have to see. But I love the battling going on the track here. As Jedi, he's going to want to make a move on Pretzels because he wants to get a run on. But here we go. He's going to go around the outside there. Almost some contact. He is being forced, but oh my goodness, there is some contact there as Jedi hits the brakes hard, and Stunik doesn't catch in time, and it looks like they They run into the ends there a little bit, but here we go. Jediant, after all of that, he is able to make the move, so he can now get a move on, as he's already creating a bit of a gap there with those soft tires, and catch up to Jordan for that 10th spot there. But here we go. Jamie 1 getting very close to Carter. They're still battling it out as they're going to come around the last corner, going down the start-finish straight. Jamie 1, he will have the DRS. Carter tries to break the toe, but we'll see if that is enough. Carter moves very violently back onto the racing line there. Very close. Carter goes a little bit wide into that first turn, but he can keep that position for now, at least, from Jamie 1. Carter, he is on the better tires, but I'm not too sure when we're going to see the wear really play into effect. But oh my goodness, Jamie 1 really trying to make a move as he tries to do it down that next turn, but it does not succeed. So he will have to remain in 9th for the moment, at least. But let's see, Jer is still staying very close to Izzet Kush. Sucrown 19 is the race leader for the moment on lap 10 on those medium tires. He's got a 1.5 second gap on Izzet Kush, so looks like he might be able to do a bit of a typical Sucrown 19 race as the race goes on, but we'll have to see, because Izzet Kush, Jer, and even Young Lynx, Pube, they're all very fast racers, so anything can happen here with 19 laps to go in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Gurman getting very close to Pube there. Speaking of, we'll see if anything can happen here as they come around the last corner. Going down the start-finish straight, Gurnman, he's going to have the DRS. We'll see. He's a little bit far away from Pube. Pube looks like he's actually getting away a little bit from that view, but actually, here we go as we're coming back a little bit too far back for Gurnman to make the move, so Pube will stay in 5th for the moment as Jediant. He sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far now, a 1:31.4. So he's really getting the move on. He's actually catching up to 10th pretty quickly now. But as we saw, those soft tires have not lasted for as long as we would like them to around this track. So he's only maybe got another lap or two of truly pushing with those soft tires, maybe 3 before he's going to have to get off again, or start losing a bit of pace. While everybody else has not pit yet, and we'll have to see. They're on 10. The medium tires, they're mostly on 10 laps old, but I'm sure they could probably go for a little bit longer than just these the 10, maybe 10, 13 laps. But we'll see as the race progresses here. We jumped with Jer as he's still trying to catch Izzet Kush for 2nd. It's a pretty nice battle we've got going here. Jamie 1, he's getting close to Carter, so maybe those medium tires are starting to feel a bit of a wear compared to the hard tires, because Jamie 1, he's right behind Carter as they're going down. They go up the hill a little bit, then down the hill to head towards the start-finish straight. Jamie 1 is very close. Jared jumps into the pits. Gurnman jumps into the pits, so they're getting off those tires. Jared looks like he's going to put on the hard tires, so he might try to go until the end of the Grand Prix. But here we go. Carter looking to break the toe again. Jamie 1, he's right in there. He goes around the outside. It's a tough place to make a move, but he still manages to keep the nose in for a little bit. He's got DRS. Oh no, yellow flag in Sector 2, Sector 3. It looks like that's a Renault, maybe Damsey, that's off. It looks like there was a bit of contact there. No, but it looks like if there was, they recovered pretty quickly, but Jamie 1 makes the move on those hard tires. So yeah, it looks like the medium tires are starting to lose out on some pace now. Here, 11 laps in to the Grand Prix. But Sucrown 19, he's still in the lead. Izzet Kush in 2nd. Young Light in provisional 3rd for the moment. And Pube is in 4th. Sylphian rounds out the top 5. And the quickest of our hard tire runners in the race so far. Here on lap 12, but lots of racing to go. Let's stick with Carter because they're very, very close. Actually, Knight, he's getting close to Gurnman in this battle. Gurnman, he's on the hard tires. He's on fresh hard tires. So let's see what is quicker, Gurnman's fresh hard tires or Knight's used up 11 lap old medium tires. We will find out if we pay attention to this battle. But here we go. Carter, he's pretty close to Jamie 1. He doesn't want to give up that position. But it looks like we've got more and more of the top runners pitting in. Is that Kush going on the hard tires? As there's a yellow. That's the Mercedes car. It wasn't Carter. It must be El Biku there, who had a bit of a tumble. It's a very easy curb to grab, and it's very easy to lose it there if you're not careful. But here we go. Carter and Jamie 1 battling it out, but they're right up in third and fourth now, since they have not pit. But I'm sure Carter's probably feeling it on those medium tires. As we see there, he catches the curb a little bit, loses out on a lot of time. He's now a second back of Jamie 1, who treks on those hard tires. But Sucrown 19, he is our leader. He is still on the medium tires. He is not showing any signs of pitting for the moment, but he's had a pretty easy race, other than pretty early on in this race. But there we go, Jadine back up into sixth. So he's made some ground there on those soft tires, catching up to Izzat Kush, who is on the hard tires. So actually that soft tire strategy might not have worked out as well as he was hoping for Jadine, because Izzat Kush is right up there with them on those hard tires, and he's pit once, and Jadine might have to pit again. And there we go, Jer, he's right behind him and getting very close, only 3/10 behind. So we might see Jer make a move, as Jadine, he might have to pit again very shortly. But we'll see maybe at the end of the race. And there we go, Carter, he jumps into the pits. So it looks like most of the front runners now have pit off those medium tires and are going on the hard tires there. But there we go, Jerry, he makes the move on Jadine. So those soft tires are starting to lose it now. They're 6 laps old, so right around the same time we saw them getting lost last time. But that's a little bit unfortunate for Jadine, that starting on those softer tires didn't really work out for him here in the race strategy, at least so far in the race. But we will see. But here we go, Young Lights, he's trying to catch up the grid as he's making a move on a Stunik. He's on the worn medium tires. So Young Lights on that fresher set of hard tires makes it pretty easy, and he goes back up into he's up into 7th, and he's going to try to make his way back up. We'll have to see Jadine pit this lap. I would surely think he's going to pit and probably get on those hard tires. Just because I don't think those soft tires are really working out for him in the strategy here. But there we go, Pube, he's getting very close. Gerdman, he makes the move on a Stunik. What happened there? A Stunik, he goes a little bit off there, so gives away pretty easily. Pube now, he gets a run on Gerdman. Let's do the onboard. We'll see. Can Pube actually make this move work on Gerdman? Gerdman looking to break the toe. Pube following along as they go down the hill now towards the last turn. Let's see what happens. Not too much movement on the last turn, but there we go. Gerdman doing a very good job of trying to grow that gap. Stunik jumps into the pits, but there we go. Pube with the DRS. He goes down the inside. Will he make the move stick? Let's take a look. It looks like he does pretty easily on Gerdman. So Pube jumps into 8th. And here we go. What happened there? Is that Damsey? Yeah, it looks like that's Damsey on those 12-lap-old hard tires. Catches that same curb again. So that curb has not been a... It's not been a friend for Damsey in that rental car tonight. As there he goes, catches it again. Very unfortunate for him, but let's jump back to a little bit of action. Here we go. Stunik gets a little bit bullied by Josh too. It looks like as they go around there. Carter and Scarlo, they're getting very, very close. Scarlo, he's on the medium tires. Damsey, he retires from the session, so he's had enough with that curb. So he DNFs. He will finish in 19th. Only behind Mr. Cool, who unfortunately had to crash out on the second lap from leading the race. But here we go, we're on lap 16th. Scarlo getting very close to Carter. Carter, he's on that fresh set of hard tires, so he might have the pace. But Scarlo looked like he was putting a little bit of pressure there on Carter. Sucrown 19, he's in the pits. He goes on those hard tires. So now he's going to try to make a move. So far we've got Sophia and Jamie 1, number 1 and number 2 so far in the race, but they haven't pit off of those hard tires so far in the race. Here we go. Gernman, he's getting very close to Pube. They're still battling it out. Here on lap 16, Sukrown, he's starting to close the gap to Izzat Kush. And then after that, who knows, that might be sweet sailing for him, because Sofian and Jamie 1, they have to pit off those hard tires. They're not going to make it to the end. There's absolutely no way they are going to make it all the way to the end, a full 29 laps. But here we go. On your screen, you can see Sukrown 19 very close to Izzat Kush. Izzat Kush, he's going to do everything he can to keep Sukrown 19 behind him, hopefully for enough time for Jared to catch up to Giant. He's now on 8-lap-old soft tires, so he's not listening to myself in the commentary booth. He's trekking on those soft tires, really going to try to make it, but I will warn you, Jediant, if you're watching the stream, watch out. In my experience, they only lasted 10 laps, those tires did, and then on the 10th lap, I lost it basically right where he went through there, but we will see as he continues on. Sukrown 19, very close to Izzat Kush. Izzat Kush, he's actually probably going to try to pass Jamie 1, who is leading there. Jamie 1, he jumps into the pits. Very unfortunate for Izzat Kush. He was probably hoping at that point that he was going to continue onwards, so that he could put a car between himself and Sukrown 19. But here we go, Sophie, and he is still leading. He has a 3-second gap, but he will also need to pit before the end of this race, similar to Jamie 1. But Jamie 1, he goes on the medium tires, so we'll see. Sukrown 19 getting very close, but not quite close enough to make the move. So he is still stuck behind Izzat Kush for the moment, but he actually goes purple in this first sector, so very fast pace that we are seeing from Sukrown 19 here on lap 17 on those fresh hard tires. But there we go. That is the sit rep on that battle. But let's see. They're very close. Sukrown 19 practically pushing Izzat Kush around that turn there. But Izzat Kush is still able to get the acceleration and keep his position in second, doing everything he can. But it's going to be a long race for Izzat Kush if he's going to try to do that the whole time. Just because Sukrown 19, he's very fast. It's very tough to keep him behind you. But we will see how the race plays out. Jer, he's closing up a tiny little bit. He's got a 3-second gap, so he's going to have to get a move on. Gurman and Pube, they're still fighting it out as they normally do. What happened to Scarlo there? Scarlo and Carter, they are battling. They are side by side, actually, as I say, they're going through this section there. Scarlo is able to make the move. He's on the 10-lap-old medium tires. Holy moly. Very nice driving by Scarlo as he jumps up into 8th. Here on lap 18, Sofian dives into the pits. He's going to jump on the medium tires, so he's going to go until the end of the race on those medium tires. So there we go. So here we go, a net P1 right now for Izzat Kush on those hard tires. Sukrown 19 right behind him there. Oh my goodness, what happened here? A bit of contact. Jamie 1, it looks like he's oh no, he does not have wing damage, but let's take a look. I want to see, maybe does Scarlo have wing damage? I can't look at this for too long, but there we go. As you can see, Scarlo took a little bit of wing damage there in that turn 1 incident. But here we go now. Jadon, he's right in the back of Jamie 1. Sukrown 19, he's right in the back of Izzat Kush, as he has been for at least the last lap or two. But on lap 18, it is no exception, as we're coming towards the last 10 laps of the Grand Prix now. Izzat Kush, he's doing a very good job, but how long are these hard tires going to last before we start seeing a bit of an advantage from Sukrown 19, even with the DRS as well? But here we go. Actually, let's take a look here, because we have the ability. Izzat Kush got some very nice ERS saved up. But Sukrown 19, he is also doing a very good job. He actually goes as the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on lap 19. So very impressive. He thinks about making a move, but thinks a little bit better there. Let's jump to Pretzels. It looks like he is poised to make a move on Jordan as he's practically pushing him around the corner there. But I haven't forgotten about this battle for the lead, but it looks like Izzat Kush will be able to keep that position. But let's see how Pretzels, it looks like he's going to try to go around the outside, but that doesn't quite work. But now he's going to have the DRS. Let's take a look at the telemetry. He's got a very good job. Jordan JT can't say the same about his ERS. So let's see. Pretzels looks like he's able to make the move stick. As actually no, Jordan, he goes down the inside, he overshoots at the switchback move. There we go, nice job by Pretzels. He goes up into 12th, making a very nice switchback move down the first turn there. So that's a very nice move by him. Izzat Kush is still in the lead, followed very closely behind by Suicrown 19. We've got lots of battles here, here as we're down to the last 10 laps. But the one that we're all looking to see and hoping for the outcome is this one right here between Izzat Kush and Suicrown 19 for the net lead of the Grand Prix. Jer is a little bit further behind, but his gap is actually growing on these two. So these two are actually probably the fastest drivers on the grid at the moment. Suicrown 19, he's setting fastest lap after fastest lap. Right as I say that, oh my goodness, will he make the move work this lap? Suicrown locks up a little bit, but he's still keeping a nose in, but it looks like Izzat Kush is safe for the moment. There's contact there, the tires touch, Suicrown 19 jumps into the lead, but there's a little bit of controversy there. We might go to the stewards, but at least for the moment, Suicrown 19, he is in the lead of the Grand Prix as he passes Izzat Kush on lap 20. But here we go. Izzat Kush, he won't want to give up the position that easily. Let's jump to Pube. He's very quickly on young lights, but Gerdman isn't actually keeping off the pressure either. So we might see they've been battling all race, and it seems like for now it is absolutely no exception between these two drivers. Seeing Catastrophic, he's very getting pretty close now to a Stunik, a little bit near the bottom of the grid, but a battle's a battle nonetheless between Stunik, Catastrophic, and Knight. A bit of a tough showing for Knight here in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Normally we expect to see him a little bit higher up on the grid, but maybe his strategy didn't work out for him. Maybe there was a bit of contact that hindered him a little bit, but he's down into 17th now, but he's going to try to maybe fight his way back up to the points net here. As Suicrown 19, he sets another fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Let's jump to Gernman. Here we go. Very close to Pube as they're coming around the last corner, and even Young Lights, he's now involved in this battle. So yeah, Pube, the Alfa Romeo, he's in a bit of a Williams sandwich. So we'll see if Gurman can use this to his advantage, work with his teammates. It's a little bit calm as we go down the start-finish straight. Izzat Kush, elsewhere on the track, is still pressuring Suicrown 19. Suicrown 19, the gap is up to, oh, that's a very nice camera angle there. Let's ride this for a little bit, but there we go. Suicrown 19, he is in the lead. Scarlo jumps into the pits. He's going to get on the soft tires, but Izzat Kush keeping him honest there down in the second. The gap is now up to 0.7. It was down to 0.5. Jer, his gap is growing, but here we go. Pube and Gernman very close to Young Lights in this battle for fourth. The tire wear is all similar between all of them. Knight passes Catastrophic elsewhere on the track. A very nice move by him, I am sure, as Knight jumps up into 14th now. But our eyes are on this battle between Pube and Young Lights, because I'm curious to see if Pube can get the move done here in this latter part of the Grand Prix. But here we go. They're going to go up the hill and down the hill. Now Pube goes a little bit wide in this battle. They're all on the hard tires, so nobody really has a true advantage. As you can see in this race. But here we go. They're going to go down the start-finish straight now. We'll see. 0.5 is the second gap now, but Pube's very fast in a straight line. We'll see if he can make the move and jump up into fourth. He might think about it. He really thought about making the move, but he was just a tiny bit too far back, so he might try down this next DRS zone. He has to make sure to not be caught napping on Gerdman, who, as much as it's now a 0.8 second gap, if you're caught snoozing, who knows what'll happen. But here we go, a nice little battle for fourth. Pube going a little bit wide there. It seems to be hindering him the last little bit. Maybe he's starting to lose the grip on those hard tires. here late in the race. Josh, too, makes a nice move on Pretzels, I'm sure. Let's jump to that. Oh, we don't see the move, but I'm sure it was a nice one. There we go. I'm not too sure who Team GD Darkva is, but he joined the session. Not too much you can do here because the session is full. But here we go. Knight is being pressured now by Catastrophic. Again, there we go. He had left the session there. Not too sure how these people keep joining. Knight and Catastrophic, doesn't matter. But this does here on the screen with this battle. Catastrophic very close, and Astunik, he wants to get his hands on that battle too. Suikar 19, he's in first. Izat Kush right behind him there. Let's take a look and see. So Izat Kush, he's been saving his ERS a little bit, up to 60%. Suikar 19, he's down to 40. So here we go. Izat Kush, he might be looking to make a move near the end of the race. Jer in third, Young Lakes in fourth, but Pube, he's still looking to make the move. He's very closer now, so he throws it down the inside, uses a little bit of engine braking there. They're still side by side, but it looks like Pube is able to keep that fourth position for the moment, with Young Lights right behind him, looking to try to come right back, and he actually goes down the inside. They're side by side. Looks like it's pretty clean for the moment. There we go. Here we see the onboard. There's some contact. Oh no, Young Lights, he spins. Very unfortunate. Down into 7th now after some contact. Personally, I dubbed that as a racing incident. It looks like there was just a little bit of contact there. Young Lights, he probably should have backed out. I don't think the move was going to be possible down that S section, at least historically speaking. Oh my goodness. But I don't want to dwell too much on that, because here we go. Izat Kush getting very close to Suikar 19. Here on lap 23 out of 29, as they're going to come around the last few turns. We are seeing this nice battle probably all the way to the end. Will Izat Kush be able to make a move? Let's jump to the onboard. Looks like he can make the move very early on. What straight line pace by Izat Kush as he jumps into the lead, surpasses Suikar 19 on lap 24, takes a very nice turn 1. But we'll see if Suikar 19, he's going to try to make a move back on Izat Kush. As the race moves on, Suikar 19, he is stuck in second. But here, let's give everyone at home a sit rep. Suikar 19 has got a decent amount of ERS, but he's going to use the opportunity to save up a little bit more. Izat Kush doing very good on the ERS as well in his Toro Rosso car. So it's going to be a nice battle all the way to the end. Garmin and Pube, they've been battling all race, and it looks like this is probably going to go on right up until the end of the race now, because here we go. We're watching them battle again on lap 24. It's probably going to be the same on lap 25, just like lap 29, most likely come the end here. Young Lights, sorry, looks like he jumped into the pit, so he's going to go on the soft tires all the way to the end. But let's jump back to this battle for the lead, as now we can probably start seeing a bit of an overtaking now in the near future, as Izat Kush is leading Suikar 19, but the gap, isn't necessarily growing. This battle is going on. Suikar 19, he locks up on the tires going into the last turn. So that opens up a bit of a gap for Izat Kush. We'll give the onboard, but looks like Izat Kush is pretty far back. But actually, look at how he's gaining there. But it's not going to make the move. Oh my goodness, a little bit of defensive moving by Suikar 19, preparing for the worst after seeing the lockup by Izat Kush. But he gets some nice exit on those turns as he's trying to go down. But Izat Kush has such nice straight line speed in that car that Suikar 19 still needs to settle for second. Here we go. Pubed and Gernman will give you the onboard here, as they're going to go through that exact same section now. But actually, I need to keep an eye on the gap. Suikar 19 is very, very close. But who knows? So we might actually, let's jump here. Will we see a move into this turn? There's oh my goodness, here we go. We might actually see it. Oh no. So close, but not gonna happen. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Is that Catastrophic? Oh no, it's not catastrophic. I guess not. I'm not too sure what happened there. Pretzel goes into the pits. But either way, let's take a look there. Pretzel, see DNFs out of the race. So he's going to finish in 17th. So not the result Pretzels was looking for here, especially this late in the race here on lap 25. But there we have it. It might fall down to 18th. When Elbiku makes the move before the end of the race. But let's jump back to the action now. Sucar 19, a 0.6 second gap. So Izzat Kush, he is able to keep the gap between himself and Sucar 19. But here we go, Sucar 19, he's putting a bit of pressure now. Not enough to make the move, but he's going to have to get a nice exit to be able to make the move down this next straight here. But Izzat Kush is still in the lead, so what a drive by Izzat Kush so far, as he's able to keep the lead here in the race for the moment, keeping behind Sweet Crown 19. Let's take a look here. I want to see, no, that's not what I want. No, there we go. Okay, here we go. Sophian and Carter look like they are the highest movers uppers. They are the two drivers who have moved up the most there, up 12 positions. Elbiku, he's down 11, so not too happy there. Mr. Cool, he's down 18th after that DNF. That's very unfortunate for him. But very nice race by Sophia and Carter. Even Gernman having a good race. Gernman up 8 spots here. But here we go. Let's jump back to the tire. Get back to the action here with Sucar 19. Only 3/10 behind Izzat Kush here on lap 26. So we might see a move very shortly. Let's take a peek now. Again, Sucar 19. He's got nearly the full ERS. Izzat Kush a little bit less, but still has some to go around. Trying to break the toe, which doesn't quite work on Sucar 19. But here we have it. Sucar goes down the outside, maybe a little bit too far back, hoping for a mistake that Izzat Kush does not do. But here we go, as they come down the next DRS section there. Sucar 19 wiggly wobbling around, but doesn't matter where he moves, he cannot get past Izzat Kush, as Izzat Kush stays in the lead here on lap 27. These laps have been very long for him. I can only imagine being in the driver's seat in this battle he's been currently facing. But here we go. He's doing a very good job keeping behind the very fast Sucar 19. But this is the battle that you have been seeing on the screen for the last little bit now. This is actually, funny enough, the closest battle on the screen. But here we go, Sucar 19. He's looking to make a move. He's actually down the inside, gets very nice positioning, and on lap 27, Sucar 19, he jumps into the lead in that spot where we actually have not seen too many moves. Here, let's jump quickly to Knight. As he's looking to try to make a move on Catastrophic. Knight and Catastrophic, they've been fighting for a better portion of this race too. Looks like they're driving around a little bit. Knight keeping him honest, tries to stick his nose in a little bit, but Catastrophic holds him off, and Catastrophic keeps that 13th position and stays ahead of that Red Bull car that really has not had its best day, as we see a bit of contact there. But there we go. Jamie won pretty close to Jadiant. But here we go. It's that Kush very close to Sugar 19 as he catch up with the DRS zone. Can he make a move now as they're coming up? We're on lap 28. So if Izzat Kush wants to take the win away, now is the time that he's going to have to do it, either this lap or next lap. So you're going to have to keep him close. You're going to have to keep Sugar 19 close. Izzat, if you want to take this win, you were right at actually 420.420 behind there, which was pretty funny, I found. But here we go on lap 28, a lap and a half to go, and all eyes are on the P1 and P2 for this battle here at the end of the race. And I'm excited to see, Izzat Kush, will he be able to make it? He's 4/10 behind now as they're coming around near the end of Sector 2 to the start of Sector 3. Suikar 19, he's got the tire advantage on slightly fresher tires compared to Izzat Kush, but I think it all depends on where the fall-off point on these tires are. But here we go, only one more lap to go, just about, as we're just finishing up the penultimate lap, as we're going going to go through the last corner of that penultimate lap to start the final lap right about now. And here we go. Sweetcar 19 is in the lead. Izzat Kush right behind. Will he make the move? He goes down the inside, does a very nice job of the braking. Does he make a Sweetcar 19? He keeps the nose in. They're very, very close. Sweetcar 19, he keeps the first position after the attempted move down the first turn. Izzat Kush is not giving up, but he's a little bit too far back. But who knows? Is that it? We only really have maybe one, maybe two spots that we can maybe see an overtake. But, you know, Izzat Kush, he's going to have to get a move on if he wants to make this happen. But here we go. We'll actually give an onboard for a little bit. We've seen the move here before, but you're going to have to time this very perfectly. No, I don't think he's going to try to do it on those tires. You need a nice exit. Look at that. Sweetcar 19. Look at the tire difference on those hard tires for Sweetcar 19. Look at the gap he is able to create on the acceleration. But Izzat Kush gets very close here. But we're coming down to the last third of the lap. So if he wants to make the move, if Izzat Kush does, he's going to have to get a move on and get it done right very shortly. Sophia getting very close to Gernman and Carter to Gernman for the move, but I need to pay attention to this battle to the end. It looks like this is actually going to be enough, assuming Sweetcar 19 takes this last corner with ease, and they do. Here we go. Sweetcar 19, it looks like he will take the win. Izzat Kush in second as he wrecks out there. Let's jump with Gernman, Sofian getting very, very close here near the end. Sofian specifically on Gernman as they are driving along. What happened there is Stunik, he DNFs from the session. Very unfortunate for him. But there we go. We've got the podium of Sweetcar 19 Izzat Kush, Jer, as everybody else crosses the line now. Sofian up into 5th, Gernman in 4th, Pube in 6th. Will Jamie 1 make a move on the line here? No, he doesn't. Carter in 7th, Jamie 1 in 8th. Giant, there we go. He jumps up into 8th now on penalties. Josh 2, he's going to cross the line as he actually spins out there. And he DNFs right at the end, so he gifts Young Lights the 10th spot there. And he's Josh 2, unfortunately, is going to fall all the way down. Jordan JT being pressured by Knight there. And Scarlo, but it looks like they're able to hold off for enough. And there we go. It looks like Scarlo actually passed a few people on penalties there. But there we go. Knight finishes in 13th. I've said it before on the stream, but very unfortunate for him. He was probably hoping for a better result on this race, but we will see the podium now. There we go. The man you are used to seeing on that top step, Sweetcar 19. Up in first. Very good race by Izzat Kush up into second. And he kept Sweetcar very honest through that entire race. What a drive by Izzat Kush, just like what a drive by Sweetcar 19 and Jer. We didn't really talk about Jer too much, but he basically got in third, got into his groove, and just let the strategy and the drive do his work, and he was able to come home on that last podium position in P3. But here we go. The final ranking, Sweetcar 19, Izzat Kush, Jer, as I said, are the podium spots. Gernman up into 4th from 13th. Sofian up into 5th from 18th spot. Very solid races by the two of them. Pube in 6th, Carter in 7th, Janiyeth in 8th, Jamie 1 in 9th. Young Lights rounds out the top 10, and there we have it. That is the Bahrain Grand Prix. ISRL Tier 1, round 14 out of 15. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It was a very exciting race, I found, but thank you everyone for tuning in. If you did like what you heard and saw, make sure to hit that like button on the stream, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any notifications from us. But thank you everyone for tuning in, and I wish you all a very great rest of your day.